It is University Commitment Day 2019, and the Prefect Report is with you the entire day to cover it. We have Jared Sloan, Ben Mandigo in studio, and we have our team of insiders around the campus bringing you the latest news and analysis. Joining us now is our lead insider, our Director of Guidance, Mr. Matthew C. Bowie. Mr. Bowie, we'll start with the question on everyone's mind. The rumors have been swirling for months. Tyler LaRocque to Brock University. Can you confirm this transaction and maybe comment on what it means for Brock?
I can. Finally. I was actually held up from Brock. They don't want to release news of this magnitude, just let it leak to the market. So they finally given me the confirmation that Tyler LaRocque has accepted. And what this means for Brock, I mean, it's really, they haven't seen a student of this nature since Kyle Dubas graduated from the sport management program back in 2008. So this is huge. This is really big news for Brock, and I think both parties are equally excited.
When you look at this linguistically, you can see that the name of the university, Brock, rhymes with Tyler's last name, LaRocque. Do you think that played a factor in this decision?
That was actually the main focus of his essay that he wrote in as to why he wanted to attend. So I think yes. In short, absolutely. Probably the biggest factor.
You, of course, are a graduate of Brock as well. Do you have any interesting stories from your time at that school?
You know what? I just graduated as Mr. Doyle was entering, so that probably took away from potential stories I may have had. But I love Brock. I don't have anything in particular. I did 5 years there. I did my Bachelor of Education there as well, but nothing comes to mind in terms of a standout story, but great school and enjoyed my experience there. Ben
wanted to know, in your opinion, who was the easiest student to work with this school year and who was the most difficult student?
I can provide answers. I think anonymity's out now because people know where people are going. I'm going to give Lisa Zhu the easiest. She knew she wanted to go to NYU. She applied early and got in. And we were wrapped up by early December, and I love Lisa so much. She's such a friendly person, and she was just one application and done, so that was great. In terms of the most difficult student, this has no bearing on this student's personality, because I really do like this student. But Arnav is definitely the one who takes the cake on this one by the sheer virtue of his number of applications. But I'm happy where he landed, and it was a fun process as well. I think both him and Lisa are in great spots.
Ben and I actually have an over-under on this one. Can you give us the exact number of applications that Arnav submitted to settle that bet?
I could, I guess. I haven't tabulated it. It would take me a moment. I could get back to you on that. I'd have to look it up and scroll a few pages down.
Would you say it's over or under 30.5?
Oh, that's a great threshold. It's so close to that. I think it's slightly under, I think, but I'd have to check.
Mr. Bowie, as always, we appreciate the time, and good luck with next year's crop of graduates. Even Bowie couldn't give us an exact figure, Ben, so there's only one person left to turn to get an answer to this question, and we are going to cold call him right now.
I got you.
Arnav, you are live on the Prefect Report. I'm Ben Mandigo. I'm joined by Jared Sloan. We have a bet going on the number of university applications you have. Our threshold is 30.5. How many university applications did you submit this past school year?
I believe it was 34.
Yes, let's go! 34. We have our number, 34. Okay, thank you, Arnav. Where are you headed next year?
I am going to California for a 4+4 program.
Nice. Very good, Arnav. We wish you all the best in California. Thank you for providing that number for us. You just won me a lot of money.
All right, see you, Arnav. Thanks for doing this. We are now going to make our timed walk over to the Prefect Report Cadillac VIP Lounge. But first, a word from the sponsor of this segment.
May the road rise up to meet you. May the wind be at your back. Rise above in the uncompromising Cadillac SUVs.
Welcome. Welcome, Jared.
Thank you, sir. Vince, I would say as usual, a large contingent of Ridleyans heading to the University of British Columbia next year. Can you tell me about the appeal of the West Coast?
I mean, it's the West Coast. We have the weather. UBC, it's a great place to be. If you haven't seen it before, the nature is amazing. You can combine city life with great nature's walks. UBC, it's a great place to be, and that's why it's always been so popular with Ridley students. I know I'm going to the Vancouver campus next year, and I think I'm going to be joined by Casey, Raylon, and Jadera. So it'll be good to have some familiar faces around there.
Well, we wish you all the best, Vince, and great working with you as a prefect this year.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure.
Of course.
It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, I'm here with Mr. Stephen Arkell outside of the chapel today. We were able to catch up with him. He's the assistant head of house of Dean's House. And I just wanted to ask him quickly about some of the commitments that happened in the Dean's House this year. I know we have a few boys going off to a few places, but one name that really stands out is Asmat, who received the highest scholarship in all of Canada. So I just wanted to get your thoughts, opinions on Asmat before he heads off.
Well, thanks, Ben. Thanks for having me on the show. So first of all, I want to talk about Asmat. He's an excellent guy. You know, he's the first guy that you would want for something magical like that to happen with such a great award. He's going to a great school in Huron, and I think that, you know, looking at the Prime Minister's Twitter, we can tell that he's a deserving candidate.
So you're at Brock currently. Yeah, so we've got host of our show. I'm going to Brock, Jared's going to Brock, as well as Tyler Ross going to Brock. Those are the only three names that I know of off the top of my head. But what's in store for us at Brock?
Well, known as the Ivy League of St. Catharines, Brock University is the premier destination in the town of St. Catharines and the #1 university in St. Catharines. So we're looking forward to a great year of Badger Pride, and we're looking forward to an amazing time inside the classroom and out.
That's great to hear. Thank you so much for coming on our show. We appreciate it.
We are joined now by our Ram reporter, Ronan Cordo. How are you, Ronan?
I'm great. Thanks for having me.
It's good to hear. Ronan, you're off to Ryerson next year to study medical physics. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Very good. You are joined by Jaden Kidd and Eve Bradley. Those are the two who we have confirmed are going to Ryerson next year. What does the prospect of Ryerson mean to you?
I just like the atmosphere and the location of Ryerson. Just downtown Toronto. I feel that's my future home, and just the innovation in Toronto by itself. It's amazing.
It's great to hear. So I believe Jaden's going into creative industries, and Eve is going into arts and contemporary studies. I know you go to a university. You're good friends with Eve and Jaden. You go into a university. You want to stay friends. Is that going to be something that you make an effort to do?
Yeah, Jaden, bros for life. Eve, sis for life. Of course.
It's great to hear.
Thanks, man.
Very good. And you've got a plentiful amount of Ridleyans going to U of T as well, which is right down the street. So, yeah, we've got a good contingency of Ridley at Toronto, both at Ryerson and the University of Toronto. So we wish you and the rest of the urban students all the best.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming on.
No problem.
Okay, so we're here with two distinguished Ridley College graduates. We got Maxime Blanchard and we got AJ Adiemi. Boys, where are you off to next year?
I'll be taking a gap year, and I'll be going to New Jersey to play. Hopefully, I'll continue my hockey career and hopefully on that pursuit for a D1 scholarship. So.
Oh boy. So if you were to pick, this is free agency here. So you're a Kawhi Leonard. You can go wherever you want. What university are you picking?
Ooh, I have to go with Princeton.
Princeton?
Yeah.
Oh, nice school.
Yeah.
But you know what's a nicer school? Western University. And AJ Adiemi is off there next year. Can you take me through your thoughts on what led you to that decision?
I mean, Western's a great school. I wanted to play rugby at university, and they have a good rugby program there too. So I wanted to go try out for rugby, see what we do there. And the program I'm taking is also a phenomenal program at Western, so that's what made me choose Western.
So we have on the line with us Madeleine W, our international analyst. She is off to the University of St. Andrews next year in Scotland. Am I right?
Yep.
Nice. She's off to Scotland. So Maddie, as me and Jared are hosting this show, we're just off down the street. What made you decide or made you come to the conclusion that going overseas is the best option for you?
I don't know. I wanted to experience new culture. I have a lot of family over there. It just kind of felt like the right place to be.
Are you hoping to live in England or live in the UK following your degree? Or what are your plans?
Yeah, so the program's 6 years, and then after 6 years I get my medical degree, and then I can come back to Canada and work here.
You, as Arnav is as well, you're both looking to be doctors. He decided to take the route of applying to 34 schools.
Yeah.
How many schools did you apply to?
6.
That's not sensible. Are you out of your mind? That's living on the edge there, Maddie. I don't know what you were thinking when you were only applying to 6, but thank you for joining us on the Prefect Report today. Best of luck to you in Scotland and at the University of St. Andrews, and best of luck to everyone else who's traveling abroad for university.
So we have a couple Ivy League commitments from the class of 2019. Nolan Boscaro is off to UPenn. Vita Hahn is off to Columbia. Here to discuss it is our Ivy League insider, Mr. Bowen. Do you think these students, Mr. Bowen, are capable of handling the rigors of an Ivy League education?
I think so, yeah. They have shown themselves to be able to work really hard over their time here, so I don't see why not.
Can you tell me about the Ivy League edge, the Ivy League benefits coming out of college?
Certainly never hurts to have that little stamp on the old resume.
Awesome. Thank you for your time. All right, Ben, it's time to chat about our U.S. students now. And here to speak on their behalf is our American analyst and our editor and producer, Mr. Jordan Mitchell.
Hey guys, thanks for having me. I'm excited to be in front of the camera.
Yes.
Yes, you look good.
So Jordan, there are always a lot of factors that go into choosing where to go for university, but how big of a factor was Connor LaRocque's presence at Lynn University for you?
You know, I decided to go to Lynn University. Distinguished Old Ridley and Connor LaRocque was probably the biggest factor. We had a pretty tight relationship while we were here, so I'm looking forward to spending the next 3 years in the same school as him. My great counselor, unofficial counselor and advisor, Kirk Mitchell, also had a great visit to Lynn University, so I had lots of good things to hear from him.
I believe you also had the opportunity to attend University of Rochester, as one of Ridley's more distinguished graduates this year, Bart Scala, is doing. Why did you choose to opt away from that, and how do you think Bart's gonna fare at that location?
You know, that was a tough decision, leaving my good friend Bart from Rochester, but I think the Florida weather and just the program I'm looking at Watson and at Lynn is very exciting, so I'm looking forward to it.
So you are now an American citizen, correct?
I am. Just a month ago, I was sworn in. I officially bleed red, white, and blue.
So let's make sure you have your allegiances correct. We have the Rafts and Golden State in the finals.
Of course, gotta stay home. Toronto Raptors, Canada and America gotta support both, but in that case, Toronto takes the cake.
So I like to hear it.
All right, Jordan. Always a pleasure. Now let's finish filming this episode and officially retire from the Prefect Report. So we have come to the end, sadly, of this show, at least for this school year. But before we sign off, we're going to give each of the hosts a chance to add their name to that backboard, which only has 4 names right now. Jordan and I actually have already had a free throw attempt this year, and we were unsuccessful. So this is redemption for us and the first chance for Ben. All right, who wants to lead this off? I guess that means Ben.
Start her off. Oh, no way, I do it again.
The nerves are real when you... Oh, the Kawhi type rim wrapper. That's probably fair that you got 2 attempts since Jordan and I are on our second now.
Alright, move over. Hey, I'm sitting where Ben was sitting. Oh my
gosh, I really want this so bad, guys.
Yeah! Let's go back. Just picturing Giannis at the line and Drake laughing at him after those missed free throws. Oh boy. No!
I think we give Jared another one.
Yeah,
he deserves it.
I think at the end.
Honorary guest. Or honorary guest.
First attempt.
First attempt.
First attempt.
First attempt.
You haven't even hit rim. Redemption.
Yes. It's like Pascal, he missed at the end, then double OT. Okay, I'm taking my honorary Mr. Kid third attempt. No! I can make it all up with the deep third though. No! I think I figured out the problem. I wasn't shooting one hand Kyle the Rock style. First attempt.
There it is.
Bang!
Oh, hold on, I wasn't recording.
Unfortunately, the time has come for us to say goodbye. This was the Prefect Report with Jared Sloan, Ben Mandigo, and Jordan Mitchell.
Where'd you do your undergrad?
Simon Fraser University in Vancouver.
Ah, right. I was wrong.
What'd you think?
Nowhere.
Nowhere. Yeah. I didn't get an education. I fell into the job and was sort of, ghosted by everybody.
Can you pretend like you're working? Or not pretend.
I thought that's what I was doing. Let me double down. Yeah, what? Yeah. You want a Ben Mandigo? I don't know. I got a Sloan. I could trade you a Sloan for a Mandigo. Yeah? Okay, yeah. Scholarship? I don't know. Yeah, 2,000? Can you bump it to 5? I bet you'd take the offer at 5. No, you're offering 6? Okay, these guys are offering 6. Yeah. You'll do 7? Okay. Okay, I got a Mandigo for 7. Okay, done. Okay, great. Sorry you lost him. He's gone.
No. Jared, you open the cover.
Those are all university t-shirts, mainly baseball.
Are those all the ones that Arnav applied to?
No, I collected them for a couple of years. For many years, I collected them, particularly baseball t-shirts.